Ladies and gentlemen, the verdict is in. Eric Holder Jr. has been found guilty of first degree murder of rapper Nipsey Hussle. They deliberated for about 5.5 hours and came back with the verdict. I knew he was never getting out of jail. It was just no way. The jurors composed of 9 women and 3 men. They deliberated for about 5.5 hours before coming back with a unanimous verdict on Wednesday morning. Holder stood quietly as a foreperson read the verdict in front of the Los Angeles Superior Court Judge H. Clay Jackie. He faces a maximum of life in prison without the possibility of parole. The jury also found Holder guilty of voluntary manslaughter of shooting 2 men. And as they stood with Hustle outside of the rapper's marathon store, and this was on March 31st, 2019. Holder fired more than 10 shots at the group. He was initially charged with murder for shooting Latham and another man that was at the scene. Jurors found him guilty of a lesser charge of voluntary manslaughter. Okay. So Latham, who was standing across from Hustle, was shot in the back and paralyzed from his injuries. Okay. So Holder was also convicted of possessing a firearm while being convicted of a felony. The jury found the true allegations that he personally used a firearm and caused great bodily harm and death. During the 2 week trial, prosecutors and defense attorneys argued over the final interaction between Holder and Hustle, who grew up in the same neighborhood. Holder's public offender, Aaron Jansen, said his client shot Hustle in a heat of passion after Hustle accused Holder of being a snitch. But Deputy District Attorney John McKinney argued the shooting was premeditated. The prosecutor said Hustle never accused Holder of being a snitch and was actually trying to help Holder to clear his name. Nicholas, who had an intimate relationship with Holder, testified that he had instructed her to park the car in an alley while he got out. A video played during the trial showed Holder walking back to the Marathon store parking lot where he approached and shot Hustle 11 times. Before leaving the scene, Holder kicked the beloved rapper in the head and moved. That was personal, McKinney told jurors. Wow. There was a fourth man who was with the group during the shooting. Evan McKenzie ran from the scene. And during the trial, a $500,000 warrant was issued against McKenzie, who failed to show up to court to testify under a subpoena. While Nicholson did not witness the shooting, she said she heard the gunshots. Moments later, Holder ran back to the car and told her to shut up and drive out of the area. Before she peeled away from the alleyway, Nicholson said she saw Holder put 2 weapons, a semi automatic and a handgun, into a bag. A witness, Herman Douglas, testified that he knew both Holder and Hustle since they were all former members of a South Los Angeles Rollin' 60s Crip street gang. He said that Holder initially approached Hustle 10 minutes before the shooting. Holder didn't seem angry or agitated. According to Douglas, Hustle was actually trying to help Holder by telling him that people in the neighborhood were saying he had a paperwork, meaning Holder was somehow involved in a case and should clear his name. While Douglas testified, left the conversation with shaking hands with Hussle. Holder's attorney said his client walked away consumed with anger, causing him to come back 10 minutes later and shoot Hussle in a heat of passion. Yeah, we remember that because I know it was a big shock all over, social media about his death. And I remember Christopher Darden was initially his attorney until he dropped the case, and then he got a public defender. McKinney told jurors during the closing argument that Holder had plenty of time to turn around and walk away, but instead ambushed the beloved rapper and shot and injured two other men. Evidence showed he went over there willing to kill everyone in that space, McKinney said. Nipsey was clearly the target, but Holder was willing to kill everyone or chase them away. So he's found guilty. He will have to appear again in court, but that won't be until September 15th. Well, I guess that's a good thing. At least this is justice for Nipsey Hussle. It gives the family some closure, but it certainly don't bring them back, that's for sure. But y'all, please tell me what you think about the verdict that was given to Eric Holder Jr. I think he got exactly what he deserved, including that recent beat down that he had gotten a few days ago. Good for him. Y'all, please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.